Hi, welcome to Aging Matters. My name is Carol Marrock with SeniorCare.com. Today's guest is Scott Cheben. He is co-founder of CaregivingAnswers.com, SeniorProviderNetwork.com, and also a member of the SeniorCare.com Aging Council. So, hi, Scott, how are you?
Very good, Carol. How are you?
Well, trying to stay warm.
I can get that. With the Arctic blast coming, it's pretty chilly just about everywhere.
Yeah, I understand you live on the beach.
I do. I'm just down the road from the beach.
Oh,
So
well,
I
no comment.
no, it should be in the 70s for Christmas Day. So
Nice. Well, very good. Well, welcome. I
thank you.
appreciate your time. Thank you.
No, my pleasure. I'm glad to be here.
So, Scott, I know you know a lot about this, about caring for a loved one, and so do I. Both of us helped our parents. I know that, and it certainly affects our business and our working situation
Oh
in
yeah.
trying to maintain, and also trying to maintain our own lives when you become a family caregiver. So, since statistics show that females are more likely to quit their jobs to care for older relatives, do you have suggestions for women to prepare for the inevitable?
Yeah. Well, it's unbelievable. If I may just give you a quick background on that.
Sure.
Females are actually lose more money through a lifetime of lost income and benefits than males do, and it averages about $324,000 over a lifetime of lost income and benefits. So as much as you could do to try to prepare for a situation, it's inevitable. A loved one is going to need some help. There's checklists that can be found online. We provide those to businesses and their employees to help them ease mom and dad into a conversation, what to talk about. It's never easy, but I have this notion of being proactive versus reactive. um, when you're pregnant, you have 9 months to prepare for a baby to get here. But when mom falls and breaks her hip, you may only have seconds to figure out what needs to be done next. Um, and not understanding what mom wants or dad needs, you're in a starting gate. So try to prepare and be proactive with your senior loved one, that you kind of understand where they are, where they keep documents. If they don't have documents, make sure that they basically are talking to somebody about it. Maybe not just now, but maybe in the future. And sometimes that's very hard to do. So being proactive is probably the best thing I could suggest with that.
I think that's the most often missed tip that that families oversee. You know, we we just have such a hard time planning ahead. Don't
Right.
you
Well,
think?
oh yeah, no, it took me a while for my dad to really come around to talking about that, and it was always, I don't want to talk about it. I don't need that. I'm still feeling great. And finally, I just told my dad. I just said, look, there's going to come a time when I'm going to need this information, and I started, how I felt it worked for me was I started talking to my dad about my will and my estate planning, and explained to him that this is what I want if I were to go.
Mm.
And he started to think about it. He says, well, it sounds like you have your stuff in order. And I'm going, well, yeah, Dad, you just never know when this could, happen. And ideally, he started talking to me about his. And when he went to go look at his trust and his will that was inside, it was really messed up. It had, his wife, my mom, still on it, and she's been passed for over 10 years. And he went, if we didn't have this conversation, I would have never realized that. So being proactive really might take a little extra effort and, kind of coaxing, but it's definitely worth it.
Well, I think that's a great suggestion to prepare for your own, long-term care and also for your own future, and then share it with your aging relatives. And kind of, I think that's a great prompt in getting them to think about their future as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, when you think about it, if you're in a reactive state, you're struggling. So let me give you another statistic. This is from the Pew Institute, or I'm sorry, the Pew Research Institute.
Mhm.
They said that 70% of family caregivers are looking online for answers and have found it very confusing and complex. So, I mean, when 60% of women are caregivers out there, you just don't have the time to try to figure it out at the last minute. So being proactive is really, you know, a sign of the times where we need to think about that.
Right. Well, thank you, Scott. I appreciate your time, and I think that's a very, very useful tip for family caregivers, and especially women, since we are the majority of the time the ones who care for our aging relatives.
You bet
Um,
they are. Yeah.
well, great. Well, great. Thank you, Scott, again, and thank you, audience. And if you like the tips that Scott just shared with you, please like, share, and also subscribe.